You're watching Play Unplugged TV.
Here, PlayUnplugged.com, and I am here with Mike Varhola and Will Thrasher of Skirmisher Publishing LLC. And so let's talk about what's going on with Skirmisher at Gen Con 2011.
We've always got a lot going on, Rico. We've got 4 new products out this year. The main thing that we're really pushing and the most exciting is our D-Infinity magazine. That's a multi-platform, multi-publisher magazine that has universal game material for 8 or 10 different systems. It's an old school magazine. When people read it, they say, oh, this is like Dragon from back in the 80s. So we're doing things with it that, frankly, no one is doing with their single game, single company house organs. So D-Infinity is the most exciting thing we're doing. I can tell that people get it when they get the name. When they say, ooh, D-Infinity and pick it up, they get it. When they say D8, then I know they don't get it. And it's not for them. And then we've got the first print edition of a licensed Mutant Future source book called Creatures of the Tropical Wastes. We've got the expanded and revised anniversary edition of H.G. Wells's 1913 Little Wars, which is a self-standing game, a great game theory book, and our edition has a foreword by Gary Gygax talking about why that book influenced him to develop Dungeons & Dragons. And then finally, our last new product that we have out at the show, in addition to our full, complete product line, is our yellow sign collectible coin, which is actually like a half-pound metal coin with a yellow sign on one side and the haunted city of Carcosa on the other. Yeah, exactly so. And we're at booth 957, sharing with ArmorCast, who has their own great product line.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the yellow sign thing is a good reminder to everybody that you are also the publishers of Cthulhu Live.
That's right. We are the publisher of the Cthulhu live-action role-playing game, which is a licensed live-action version of Call of Cthulhu.
And Will, you run a lot of the LARPs for Skirmisher, and you'll be running a Cthulhu Live LARP tonight, correct?
Yeah, indeed. We'll be running a sick and twisted, sick and twisted than usual Cthulhu Live LARP, The Return of the Curse of the Creature's Ghost. It'll be tonight at 8 o'clock.
That sounds awesome. Well, when you do a lot of these LARPs, what's your philosophy for like designing the adventures and whatnot?
What it comes down to is you got to come up with a good premise, a good hook, a good reason for events in the LARP to be happening, and then we have, generally speaking, 3 kinds of characters. Characters with goals and motivations that will move the game forward. Characters with the skills, powers, and abilities that the first third of the characters are going to need to accomplish their goals and move the event forward. And the last group are all wild cards that will complicate the actions of the first 2 groups of characters.
Wow, it sounds like you've got this down to real science.
Yeah, I've been doing this. Actually, this would be my 10th year LARPing. Interestingly enough, it just now occurred to me it would be my 10th year LARPing. And I think 10th year, sixth year with Cthulhu Live, I've had plenty of time and plenty of experience to really come up with a way of LARPing that is really effective for me and my group.
Now, Play Unplugged did a review of D-Infinity, actually, and I noticed there was some nice Cthulhu Live stuff in there, and so that's something you're going to continue to support. But what are some other things that when a person dives into an issue of D-Infinity, what are some other cool stuff that they're going to find?
Well, Skirmisher's most popular book over the last 2 years has been our City Builder book. And City Builder is a book that I actually was developing with Gary Gygax, unfortunately, when he died. It was being developed as Troll Lord Games Essential Places, and when they dropped the Gygaxian Fantasy series, Skirmisher published it. But City Builder is 70 general places that adventurers might visit. Taverns or pawn shops or banks. Well, D-Infinity supports our product line in addition to the product lines of several other companies as a multi-publisher publication. But for example, every issue of D-Infinity now has a specific example of a generic place from City Builder. So if somebody buys City Builder, there's a description of a pawn shop. If somebody buys D-Infinity Volume Number 2, there is a specific pawn shop with information on the proprietors and their security measures and what their building looks like that they could actually plug directly into a specific game. So one of the things we're doing with D-Infinity is supporting the product lines and just sort of enhancing and making them more interesting of Skirmisher and Armorcast and the other groups that are involved with it.
One of the other really cool things is about the most current issue of D-Infinity that just hit Gen Con, Andy Hopp doing the front cover art. What's it like working with Andy?
Andy's a lot of fun. You'll talk to people and say, oh, he's so weird, he's so creepy. He's just the nicest guy. We're going to his Con on the Cob convention in mid-October up in Hudson, Ohio, because we just want to support it and be part of anything that he's doing. We've got his cover art on volume number 3. We've got an interview with him in volume number 3. And one more thing about Volume 3 that's interesting. Will Thrasher just put together a deal with Chaosium. We have a Call of Cthulhu / Cthulhu Live dual-statted adventure. So this is the first time we've ever had a Mythos adventure that is statted for both systems, and it's the first of many that we're going to do.
That sounds awesome! Oh my gosh, Will, are you the lead on that? Did you write the adventure and whatnot?
Yeah, it was a Cthulhu Live adventure. I actually wrote the year after I graduated from college, One Starry Night, which we've run several times. And then whenever I'm running Call of Cthulhu for friends and I'm stuck for an adventure, I was always repurposing that same adventure for Call of Cthulhu. And when Chaosium started licensing out Call of Cthulhu and basic role-playing to other companies, we really saw this as an opportunity because most of my work was done. The scenario was already written. My conversion notes for Call of Cthulhu were already written. It just had to be refined, put together into one usable article.
Nice. And is that going to be in the issue that just came out?
It's in the one that just came out.
Oh man, so people
One Starry Night. If they pick up a copy of volume number 3, the adventure One Starry Night is statted for both systems.
So if you're a fan of Call of Cthulhu, this is a pivotal issue to pick up.
Oh yeah,
Or Cthulhu Love.
And it may make you a fan of both.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much for spending some time with me. Appreciate it.
See you later.
Thank you, Will. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.